Hey everyone, it's Sam from Fair Flipping. Today on the bench we have the mystery box that I teased back in the Wii video. This was sent to me as a donation by a buddy. I've already opened it and looked at it and taken inventory, and I'm pretty sure most of it's there. But I'm real excited to kind of get it out and show it to you guys, recondition it, and get it back up on eBay. It's a device that's kind of close to my heart. And there's a lot that can be said about what's in this box, and other people have said it better than I ever will. So I'm just going to get right into it, and we're going to get the box open. Now, this isn't the box he sent it to me in. I just reboxed it because I thought it would make for a good little unboxing. And what we have in here are all the disassembled parts to what I'm guessing was going to be a custom painted Gameboy Color. It's actually a really pleasing color if it would have went on a little smoother. But I guess it never got finished. He said that it does work. So it's just going to be a matter of me trying to get it cleaned up and see if I can get it salvaged. And I'll go ahead and tell you what I'm pretty sure, or all I'm missing. I think every screw is here, but I didn't see the infrared lens cover and no back. So I'll probably have to order both of those and get them on their way here. But first, I guess we should just test it and make sure it does work. I haven't done that part yet. I wanted to wait until I was recording and let you guys experience it with me. So I'm just going to put this together as minimalistically as possible. And we're going to see if it's working, and if it is, then we'll move forward with restoring its original look. Hey, look at that. Okay. So yeah, it seems to work. So we are going to go ahead and try and restore this thing. So let's get the guts back out of it. We'll set those aside for now. Alright, so. Alright, it looks like what we're dealing with is on this side of the shell, it appears to just be paint with no kind of sealant. And it's a soft paint too, maybe some kind of acrylic. But this side has like a protective gloss already applied to it, so that's going to be infinitely harder to get off. Oh man, a new shell might be in order, but we're not gonna go that far just yet because I don't know. I really like the appeal of these classic green ones, and people like their systems to be original as much as possible. I don't know. Well, let's just start with hot, soapy water and see if that accomplishes anything. While that's just sitting there for a few minutes, I'm going to go ahead and give the motherboard, the motherboard a once over with some IPA, paying special attentions to the switches and the buttons. Then we'll look at the screen, get it nice and shiny, and then we'll go back to the case. Alright, that's looking pretty good. We'll let that alcohol evaporate out of that, but it should be good to go now. Let's go ahead and check the front one and see if that has softened up the paint at all. A little bit, but yeah, it's still not coming off easily. Oh man, rubbing alcohol melted it right away, so that's probably what I'm going to be using. Yeah, that sucks. Alright, so I've wasted all my time with this half of the shell, especially since it looks like whoever painted it sanded it first and has actually taken it down to like a matte finish, I guess, so that their paint would stick better. That sucks. Alright, so I am going to have to order a new shell, for sure. But I'm going to keep this shell, just in case I ever have one that's worse. Because if it's worse than this, you can only go from up, or go up from there. So let me, Okay, it's a few weeks later, and the shell for the Gameboy Color has finally arrived. It's been a few years since I've ordered one of these cheap Chinese shells, and so I thought I'd do like a little unboxing first, and then do the actually do the assembly on high speed. But let's see if the quality has improved over the years, because back then they were just really garbage. Oh, hey, look at it! Come with the screwdrivers. I didn't know that. All right. You know what? Looking at it already, I can tell that this is way better than they used to be, but still not great. On the old ones, the Nintendo logo wasn't very recessed, and it didn't have that nice gloss. The last one I did didn't say Game Boy across the back, and it's nice that this one does. The plastic feels nice, which is very different than the previous ones. So, yeah, that looks good. Could have swore I paid for the glass shell, but I probably didn't. Oh, that's gonna look just fine when it's all put together. Alright, so yeah, first thoughts is, this corner of the shell doesn't quite fit together right. Oh, well, other than that, it looks really nice. And the Game Boy itself is going to look really nice when it's put together. So, yeah, let's do a little jump cut, and I'll just start with the assembly. Alright, it's been a few hours, and I went and dug out the Game Boy, so we're ready to put everything together. I have noticed a problem, and whenever I get to that part, I'll fill you in on what the issue is. I'm gonna have to list it on the description. Yeah, it's kind of a bummer, actually. Here's the problem. The infrared cover is not translucent, and my buddy didn't send me the infrared cover, so I'm going to have to put this opaque piece of gray plastic in here, and that kind of bums me out, because that means that the infrared won't be usable on this Game Boy, even though it's probably working. Okay, it took a couple tries, but I finally got the screen in there without any dust, but alright, so here's all the little things about this case that I don't like and some of the things I do like. One, it's adorable. I love this, the Pokemon design. Two, the plastic of the shell feels really nice. It's nice to hold. Everything fits together pretty smoothly around the hand areas. Things I don't like are the opaque infrared port. Of course, that means that the infrared on this will never work, even though it does work, or probably does work. The power button is very hard. It is just, it feels like I'm going to break it switching it on and off, and I might just move that back and forth a couple hundred times before I sell it, just to kind of loosen up that action a little bit. Now, I like that they did print Game Boy back here, but it would have been nicer if they would have just gave me the for Nintendo call for assistance phone number sticker. Other than that, for a few dollars, this case is really nice. That button, you can't really just reach up and turn it on. You kind of have to work at it. Anyway, now that it's all together, I'm going to clean up this area, and then I guess we'll do some testing, play some Zelda or some Pokemon. Okay, it's time for the moment of truth. Let's see if I got it back together right the first time and it's working. Hey, look at that. It looks good too, with the brand new screen lens. You can actually see it pretty well, even in this light. Let me see how it's looking on the camera. Alright, yeah, it looks like it's working really well. It looks fantastic, except for the IR cover there. But you know, it's going to go up for a pretty cheap starting bid since I didn't pay anything for the Game Boy. I just had to buy the case, and that's all I'm going to start the bid at, is just the cost of the case plus shipping. So, I would have liked to have put a backlight screen in here, one of those brand new fancy IPS screens, but unfortunately with the COVID thing going on, it was really hard to get a hold of one in a reasonable time frame, and I want to kind of get this thing out. Maybe I'll do that with the next one that I get. Other than that, yeah, I'm pleased with the way this turned out. If you're not here from eBay, thank you for liking, commenting, and subscribing. If you are here from eBay, maybe this is your new Game Boy.